Konnichi freaking wa there! If you clicked on this video, you're probably interested in BlackDesertMobile and you don't yet know it. Maybe you saw something cool on the internet and want to try the game, maybe you are coming back after a huge break, or maybe you just want to check your strategies and see if you're missing something. The video is called Zero because before you even start, or even if you already started playing the game, I'm going to share important information you need to know to decide if this game is worth your time. You probably have a lot of questions, tons of questions, and I'm here to answer them. Who am I? Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to talk about my achievements or what I have done in the game. All you need to know is that I've spent years, literally years, spent playing this game. And for a game to keep me engaged for more than 4, 5 or even 6 years, depending on when you watch this, it must be doing something right? So that's why I want to share my insights from all these years. Think of it as a legacy for new players. There isn't another series like this on YouTube, so this is probably the first one, at least in English. Or Greeklish if you prefer. Alright, let's kick things off by answering some important questions you guys might have. Keep in mind that those questions are mostly from new players who jumped into the game recently and are curious to understand how the whole system works. So, the most important question, should you start playing the game now, even though it's been out for 6 years? Maybe 7, maybe 8, depending on when you watch this video. Can you really catch up with players who have played since the beginning, especially since there are no new servers as we speak? Well, here's the truth. In theory, you can catch up, but not all the way to the top. You can reach the same gear and get about 80% or even 90% of the things that give you combat power because there are caps, right? But there's also the level system over here and the passive knowledge, and there is actually a lot of it. This is something older players will always have more of, no matter if you play for free or pay to win. Passive knowledge and level give a big part of your battle power, of your combat power, so yes, they matter. But there is still enough space for new players. You can reach a healthy spot and enjoy the game even if you start now. Alright, and that leads us straight up to the next big question, addressing the elephant in the room. Is the game pay to win? Well, honestly my take will be way different from what you might have heard. And here's my answer, my honest take. The game is pay to win only if you care about mass PvP, or really PvP in general, I would say. If you don't care about PvP at all and you just want PvE progression, this game is honestly the best out there. In my opinion, my true humble opinion, it beats every idle game and every other mobile MMO for progression. There are so many systems to grow your account, you'll never get bored. Nothing in the game is locked behind the paywall when it comes to combat power. There are no items that paying players can buy that you can't get as a free-to-play player when it comes to combat power, not quality of life. Now everything can be earned by grinding. Of course, if you pay, you can speed up your progress a lot, but there's nothing you can get by just playing. That's what I love about this game and why I've stayed for so many years. It really respects free-to-play players, and I'm not gonna debate about that. Looking ahead, let's talk about my favorite subject, who this game is for. If you're a big spender, by that I mean you spend at least 6 figures, then I strongly recommend this game, right? If you're about to spend $10,000, $20,000, even $50,000, I guess you will be just a small dolphin in this game. With that kind of spending, 6 figures and above, I think you can reach the top, of course, and enjoy every part of the game, including GVG, PvP and more. You will have a great time, alright? If you are a free-to-play player who wants strong PvP, especially guild versus guild, you might not enjoy it as much. As a matter of fact, I think you won't enjoy it at all. You can still try, but in most GVG content you'll probably get one-sided. There are some modes where combat power is more balanced and you can enjoy those, but honestly the game is best for PvE fans, alright? Even now with some arenas where combat power is balanced, PvP is not a big part of the player base, maybe only 5% or even 10% of players care about it, so let's focus on PvE. If you love PvE, this is your game, alright? You'll really enjoy it. If you are a pay-to-win player, you'll enjoy even more, because you can speed up your progress and join top guilds for big events, so there's that as well. There are plenty of modes like Azunak Arena, Novs, Black Sun, where if you have high combat power, you don't have to be on the highest CP, you can enjoy mass PvP even if you are not in a top guild. But honestly, there aren't many GVGs left, just Siege and the PvP Banquet, and those don't really affect your gameplay or rewards, at least so much these days. It's nothing major, I would say. Now let's talk about something that's really important for new players and a very common question: alt characters. Well, a lot of games these days force you to play alt characters just to keep up. I'm not gonna address those games, of course, but in this game, the alt character system is honestly the best I've seen. Here's how it works: you don't need alt characters to finish main content. You can do everything with just your main character. You just play one character. Yes, you can create, as you see, tons of characters. Honestly, I've lost count of how many slots there are, but do you need to make a bunch of alts? No, you don't. You only need a few characters, let's say 5, for something called family content. This is content you do as a group using your characters together, but you don't need to level them up much or gear them heavily. And if you ever do, the game gives you a lot of items to help. It's super easy. Getting an alt to level 70 and giving them gear can take maybe less than 30 minutes, and most of the time they're just grinding on their own, so you're just doing other stuff, other things, playing other games while this is happening. And is the game time consuming, which is the next question? At the start, yes, you have to unlock a lot of content and that takes time, but you only do this once. After that, the game is almost idle. Your alt characters can do the grinding for you, so you save a lot of time. Most of their power comes also from your main character, so you don't need to make them very strong. So don't worry about alts, just level up a few, gear maybe 5 of them, and you're done. If you don't want to spend much time on them, you don't have to. I'll show you all this in my walkthrough, it's very easy to manage. To sum up, at the beginning the game takes time. After you unlock everything, it's almost idle. Your alts will save you time, not waste it. This is great for free-to-play PvE players who want to relax and still progress. Now the last thing I want to talk about in this video is the big question: what character should I play? Honestly, for new players, it doesn't matter at all. You have to trust me on that, right? I will explain the reasons as well. Even for old players, I could say that it's not a big deal right now, and here's why. You need months literally to reach endgame content. That's when you start thinking about min-maxing, grinding, or even PvP. Until then, just pick the character you like the most. Choose what looks good to you. If you change your mind later, it's super easy and cheap to switch. And the game gives you free class change tickets every month or 2. Right now I have 2 of those class change tickets on me. You can literally swap everything: weapons, gear, outfits, everything the game has. It's super easy, and there is an event right now for even a third one. So you can understand there is always a way to change your class for free, so don't stress about picking the wrong character. You can change anytime. It's actually better to start with a character you like, because you'll spend a lot of time with them doing first time clears, and if you enjoy how your character looks, you'll have more fun and stay motivated. And here's something cool, alright? The game lets you link one extra character to your main. This second character gets the same combat power as your main, so you can have technically 2 main characters and switch between them for different content. Just remember, your main actually has to do the AFK grinding, because leveling gives you more combat power and you need that on your main. But for bosses, dungeons, PvP and other content, you can just use your second main. And don't worry about getting experience, as the game rewards you with experience scrolls. You can transfer those to your main and get the experience only with your main character, as this is what matters. Now if you ever want to switch, you can. If your first character is great, for example for PvE, but not for PvP, you can just link a PvP character and use them instead. It's super easy and super convenient. So to sum up, don't worry about your first character choice, pick what you like. You can always change later, and the game gives you the tools to do it for free. So now that we've answered all the big questions, if you're still here and still want to play, welcome my friend, konnichi freaking wa. Now it's time to explain how the series will work And why I am doing a walkthrough and not just a beginner's guide? Well, because I can't tell you everything about the game in just 8 or 10 minutes or even 5 hours. There's too much content and too many things you need to do. For new players, the game can feel overwhelming. As a matter of fact, some new friends of mine started the game recently and they are completely lost. They're like, what is happening on my screen? What is this? What is that? What should I do? So that's why I'm making a walkthrough to help new players get their account set up the right way. We'll go step by step. When we unlock all the content in the game, I guess that's when the series will end. By then you'll know what to do, how to grind, where to go, and everything else you need. Each video will be short, about 10 minutes max, and I'll update them. I'm not gonna say daily. I'm gonna try to do that daily, but I'll be as close as I can to daily uploads. I'm also planning to make a spreadsheet for the guide at the end of the series. You won't be able to edit it, but I'll mark the most important points, what to do in the first days, dailies, weeklies, and then what to focus on in the weeks after. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep everything as simple as possible. The goal is to make you a smart and efficient grinder. That's what we're here for. That's everything you need to know before you start. In the next video we'll jump right into the game and start playing. I'll keep the videos short and clear, and if something needs more detail, I'll make a separate video for it, dedicated probably. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you in game, stay strong, and until next time, see ya!